We have to end death culture in hip hop.
Okay.
It's what I call fast culture. It's like fast food culture. You know what I'm saying? It's just for fast consumption and capitalism. It's not for culture creation and values. It has no consciousness built into it. And it doesn't have the framework or the foundation and a reason to have hip hop. And then we make hip hop too important, right? And what I mean by that is that hip hop is a part of our culture. It is not the culture, right? What our culture really is that we revolutionaries. And we've always been. Throughout the history of this country, we've been the most revolutionary people on the planet. We've created the more conscious movements ever, right? When it comes to food, when it comes to health, when it comes to science, when it comes to consciousness, when it comes to activism, and it has benefited all people around the planet. But when I go to Africa, they're going to know 50 Cent before they know Malcolm X. So now they're not judging me based on Malcolm. They judging me based on 50. You know what I'm saying? They judging me based on what we export to other countries that become our image. So now if they see you as a nigga, the first thing they gonna say is, "What's up, my nigga?" And I'm like, bro, I would rather you say, "What's up, God?" to me. You know what I'm saying? But they don't see you like that because they only can afford so much internet and so much time in the first place. They only get cheap entertainment that's exported that's not even controlled by us. So if we don't control our image, we don't control our global story. So it don't matter what we actually been doing, how we actually been fighting. When you go look at slavery, what's the story in the mind that we were slaves in chains? The Underground Railroad was just us running away. When you look at the real story, it was the most guerrilla warfare, tactic and movement that had happened. They had fights. You know what I mean? They was killing folks to get them out their way, but we don't tell that story of radical resilience and resistance. We don't tell the story of the Seminole Wars that happened over 41 years during that period. And the last battle ended 4 years before the Civil War. How you think the brothers were so good at fighting when they entered the Civil War? The first blood that was shed in this country was black blood for this country, right? So when we think about that, damn, we weren't slaves, we was warriors. Right. We never stopped fighting. Not only was we warriors, we were scholars. We was writing books and we was putting together codes that was teaching everybody else how to behave at that time. We've never stopped. This is not nothing new. I'm just a part of the DNA of that's been going on. So when I think about being an American in America, I don't have to go to Africa for my pride.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going over there. If an African brother found out that he had American blood in him based on our history, he'd be happy as hell. Wait a minute. My ancestors was Huey and them? Oh yeah, I'd be happy as hell to find that out. Because I know that they a warrior class that's the most resilient people ever. There is no modern history that can show me a more brilliant, innovative, inventive, warrior, resilient class because we've been fighting so many wars that we've never gave up. And this is the sense of pride that a young child has to instill.
So I came in, I ain't see Big at the time. They already told me Big was here, but they wouldn't let him in. But they want to see you, Trez. So I talked to Mama Feeney, rest in peace. Like, what's going on, what's going on? It's like, he's all right. They saying like, he's trying to leave now. But they saying if he leaves, he get an infection. God, they want him to stay. Like, hey, could you please talk to him? He's trying to leave now. Talk to him. I say, all right, Ma. Boom. I go in, I see him. He like, what you need? He's like, nigga, some weed. Nigga, look, you need to stay like a day or so. Let them, give you shit, make sure you won't. He's like, go. I'm like, we downstairs. Ain't nobody coming up in here doing. He's like, no, I don't trust these doctors. These niggas might put something in they know my mama and
there's a Black Panther and all this other type of shit.
He said, Dad, I went to the doctor. I said, homie. First I went to Mama. I said, Ma. He said, he's like, yeah, that's what he told me. I said, tell the doctor have a medication he need right now, and boom, he not staying there. If we leave, if he's not staying there. He's like, okay. We did that. So if you see when he came out, the hospital when he shot, I'm in the cut like peroxide, because I got the, I don't want nobody to see. When Big was at the hospital, the CPOP,